Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gary with Outdoor Country Adventures. What we're going to be doing today is food plot management. We're going to be showing you from the beginning to the end, the plowing, the disking, the planting the seed, and future as it comes up. Today we're going to be using a new seed company we haven't used before. It's called Country Boy Seed. They're located in Bristol, Virginia, and I think this stuff's going to do really good. We like the blend of it that it is. Seems to be a very nice seed. No dirt, no foreign matter in the seeds. So come on, go with us. We'll see how it goes. All right, we got her done. Looks good now. We can just get time to get it plowed. That's really good grass in it. Should probably put it in hay for the goats, but there's Mr. Tarpon. He got lucky. Didn't get run over with the bush hog. He's hiding on us right now. I can get a close up of him. Oop, there goes a spider on him. Well, spider must be wanting to go for a ride. Let's see if I can get him to come out. Hey, why don't you and visit us? Well, he's opening it. Come on out here and visit. Show everybody. Looks like his shells had a little damage before. You can see the front part of there has been broke off. But he got lucky. I just had to run over to the spot where he come out. It must have been in one of them little holes though. Got out of it, but all right, back to the field. We got it all brush hogged now. That's pretty good grass in it, but we're going to try to plow it under here in the next week or so if we get some clear weather. Today's really pretty. Show you some of them beautiful chemtrails that we got up in the air. But we got her done. I know someone's going to ask why I've got the side plate off on there. Well, I dented one up. It won't stay locked in now, and I got it behind my seat there, and I got to put it back on. So before y'all get to comment, I'm telling you what the problem is. But I tell you, she's a four-wheel drive tractor, synchro shuttle, and with the country line, like I said, back there you can see who makes them. I'm not throwing off on them or nothing like that. Just they're made for light duty stuff, and I guess I used it a little bit more for heavy duty stuff. As you can see, some of the stuff what it looked like, not quite that thick, but just average brush in this area right here is what we run over, and we might hit a big one every now and then, but it's taking a few beatings. Can't really say nothing about it for what I've used it for, but it's more of a lighter duty, keeping fields maintained, briar patches, small little trees and stuff, but she's done a pretty good job. Got 1,140 hours on her now, the old girl. But I hear the neighbor, he's putting some, there he goes. He's spreading out some lime. Oh, it looks like fertilizer. Like he's fertilizing his field. He's going to cut hay out of it. He's driving a Massey Ferguson, a little bit bigger than mine, but gets you a shot of the mountains up there. Got a beautiful view where we live at. Can't never complain about it. But yeah, we got her done. You can see what it looked like before we cleaned it off. It all looked like this over here. It was full, thick. We bulldozed it down a few years ago, cleaned it up. Got some Kiko goats in here. They really cleaned up the underbrush. I seen looked like about 4 deer over here earlier, like bedded down in this area. Didn't get to get them on camera, but I seen them. And autumn olives. I'm having a problem with autumn olives. You can see them over here in this general direction right here. Well, right here's one of my close-ups so you know what autumn olive looks like. They planted them on strip jobs, big road jobs, trying to hold the banks down and stuff, but all they are is an invasive species. I mean, the birds eat the seeds, and wherever they fly and land and do their business, one of these will pop up. So you can just see through there. All of that used to be autumn olives and stuff, but we're getting her cleaned up. But just wanted to let you see what it was looking like. And like I said, next week we'll try to get it plowed, and maybe if the weather will hold out. But, when we do, we start on that, we'll bring you back and show us getting started on it. All right, as you can see behind me, we got the bush hogging done. It's been about 3 days now. We try to let everything dry out a little bit and kill off some of the weeds. What we decided to do, we're going to plow this in. This was some bad, I guess you could call it bad soil. It ain't been maintained in quite a few years. They used to plant this real heavy years ago. This used to be a tobacco farm back, I guess 20, 30 plus years ago. And the tobacco just depleted the soil. And what we're going to try to do is till some of this matter in the ground here. We weren't going to till it in, disc it in, excuse me. But it's just lacking. A lot of weeds, a lot of grass. We were going to try to spray it, but I'm not paying $100 and some for 2 gallons of spray weed killer to kill this plot out of this thing. Gonna do it. I can disc plow it and then disc it in, and she grows really good, well drained. Right here, probably gonna put a brassica mix in. We used to plant it with clover. We had it planted for 4 or 5 years with clover, and it did really good. The deer pounded it really hard. But we got the neighbor's pasture here beside of us. You can see way over there, they grow a lot of corn, silage corn, and the deer have a tendency to stay in there. Deer, bears, they'll stay in there until he cuts it. Then the farm will start filling back up here with some deer. We're in between a lot of farms, but no one plants anything beneficial for the deer. We have a few residential deer that stay on here, but if we can hold these does on here, we can keep the bucks when they come in during the rut. We bring them in from the mountains. Get a lot of hunting pressure around us, but that's what we decided to do. After we get it maybe cleaned up this year in the spring, go through and pick up all the rocks that comes up. This is really rocky soil. We'll start trying to implement the no plow system in here, but we're going to go ahead and plow it this year. This is August the 11th, 2024. And we're just going to, like I said, we're just going to try to incorporate some of this material here. We mowed it a few days ago, and you can see it's pretty dry. So a lot of weeds though. I think we can plow it under, let it set a few days in this hot sun, bake it, go over it with the disc, try to pick up all the rocks that we can, and get it ready for next year. Like I said, we're trying to implement a no plow system, but it's just something we're not going to be able to do this year. But all right, we'll let you see what it looked like before, and then we'll give you some shots as we're doing it. But this is a pretty nice field. Deer like to travel through here because we got a bedding area right here and a bedding area over here on this side. and we're going to try to implement some cutting for the beddings, some hinge cuts up in there, this patch here. Probably do a little bit on this side. But I think it'll do a good job. We got Inspector Winston there. He has to come and make sure we're doing everything right. Aren't you, Winston? Say hello, everybody. He's about to burn up. He's got his full coat on. We ain't had time to get him trimmed. Looks a little raggedy right now. All right, we're going to get started plowing here. We'll bring you back as we get going. Pretty dry. I'm trying to plow about 6-8 inches down, and you can see the soil, it's powder dry. Up here looks like it might have a little moisture on it. It's flattened out a little bit. Look at the snake. This is our first test run here to see how it's going to do. I think turning this in, get some of this green cover crop down in the ground will help hold moisture later on. You can see we're bringing up a lot of rocks also, but this is our first pass. It's pretty dry looking though. All right, we got her all done. It was a job. This field don't look this big until you start plowing it. It goes way up here to the top, circles around, comes down to this corner, and back down to here. But I can already see the difference in the grass since we plowed it up this morning. It's already turning brown. It's been about, I think about 84, 85 today. Been in the 90s every day, but it's dry. It's powder dry, so hopefully it won't take long for this grass and stuff to die off. And it turned out nice. Got a chestnut oak right in there, and looks like it's loaded this year, so that'll be a good thing. We're going to try to clean this fence line up a little bit to let some more light evening sunlight in. As you can see, it's casting a shadow across the field, so we're going to work on a few of these trees here, try to get some of this cleaned up. But this field right here is called the Boneyard, and it's going to be planted with Country Boy seed. It's a seed company in Virginia. We're looking forward to seeing how it does. But we're gonna let it hopefully bake in the sun a few days to this grass, disc it up. Then we're going to try to smooth it and get all the rocks out of it that we can. And then over the winter time, we'll pick more rocks up as they come up. But as you can see, it is, let me get a good spot. It is powder dry. So we're going to try to wait on the rain to in the forecast before, I think they're calling maybe next week for some rain. Can't never tell by what it's done this year. They're calling for rain and we'll go for weeks to get a drop, but we just wanted to show you that we got it done. We'll let it bake a few days. We'll run it over with the disc. Then we'll lime it really good and fertilize it. So we'll bring you back, you know, when we get all the other stuff going here. So just wanted to inform you we got her done today. And we'll see you when we get back to disking. You can see it's powder dry. Don't like to do it this kind, but like I said, the weather just forced us to get it done today. Blowing a lot of dirt off, but we'll try to get it worked in. I think we brought every rock in the world up, though. It's Rock City. This is a thick bed area we got right here. We're going to be working on it next. Doing some cutting in here to give the deer some more cover, but pretty shot of the mountains there. This is another food plot we'll be doing later on. Got it cut the other day. It's drying out really good. This is what we call the hilltop food plot. It's never been planted. I bush hogged it there. Haven't seen no turkeys on the farm this year. Come up here a couple days later and there was turkeys in here feeding. So they like to get in here and chase the grasshoppers, bugs, and the little small snakes. But we're gonna get back to getting this done here. As you can see, the wind was whipping pretty good. Probably about 10, 15 miles an hour. This will be another bedding area. Deer like to bed in here. We're going to go in here and do some cutting in here too to make it a little thicker, better bed in here. But you can see where we started doing a little cutting there the other day. Some of the trees didn't cooperate. I guess where they was so dry, they just split. Like I said, we haven't had no good rain this year. We've been in a drought basically all year. But trying to make some deer some bed here. It's a lot of open pasture between here and the woods over there. And they get some hunting pressure over there and the deer come over here, but they don't have a whole lot of bedding yet near this food plot. And we've had some of our bucks get poached that way, so we're trying to fix them some bedding up, but we got to get this food plot in first. We'll get whatever the weather will let us do. It dried out really good. I tried to plow it up and down the first couple times, then I go sideways to make the grooves go sideways and catch the seed in case it does rain. It won't wash it off. There is a lot of rock in here. I'd like to have some system in here. We were going to drag it I just don't see that happening today. This looks like the rain's going to come a little sooner than they said. We plowed this field up here 3 days ago. Been trying to let it dry out really good. It's been powder dry. We tried to let it's got a lot of grass sods and weeds in it, and we let it bake for 3 days. We did it on Monday evening, and today is Friday morning. Calling for rain. If you can see, it's really windy. It's coming in about 3 o'clock. Looks like we got a few showers that way I can see them, but they're quite a ways off. But I wanted to let it sit an extra day, but the rain's forcing us. This is the first rain we've had in 3 or 4 weeks, and it's middle of August now. We need to get this seed in the ground. We're going to be planting a trophy rack deer mix from Country Boy Seeds, and it's a blend of all different kinds of seeds, and something new we're trying this year. We used a little bit of their buckwheat back in July. It come up really good. We was really happy with the germination rate. This field is probably close to 3 acres, maybe just a little bit bigger the way it lays in a loop. But we're going to try to get it, we did a rough disc and try to let it, like I said, let the roots bake. And we're going to do a final disc right now. Try to beat this rain and get it seeded. We were going to lime it, fertilize it, and get that blended in, but this rain coming in has sort of messed our plans up. So we'll go ahead and get the seeds in the ground and come back later on, lime it and fertilize it. But you know, you got to work with the nature. Sometimes you just can't plan things, and some things happen out, and a lot of you guys, you only get to do it on weekends, you know, a Saturday or a Sunday or your day off. You got to do everything in one day, and that's just part of it. This is what we want to bring to you. This is real world hunting. You know, nothing works out like it's planned to. But you can set the best laid plans, but always something will foil them up. But like I said, we're going to give this seed a try. We this year they provided us with this seed to use in this plot here. But we're gonna try to get this going here and try to beat the rain. I wanted to work it down a little, you know, at least one more time and bust these grass sods up a little bit better. But we'll get this worked in and try to beat this rain. I don't know if we're going to beat it or not. It's wasn't supposed to be here to 3, but I can look over the mountains and I can see some 3 or 4 miles away. But we just have to do what we can. Let's get to it. Alright, we're gonna start with this bag. You guys is like me. It's got these on there. I never know which one to cut. So I cheat. I just go down the middle here. Some of you farm boys probably know exactly which side to do, but I'm not too good at that. Man, it looks like a good blend of stuff in here. I see peas and rye and looks like rape, turnips. Let's see, let me read what's in this. Okay, we got winter rye, Australian winter peas, oats, some buckwheat, rape, turnip, white clover. I can't read this other clover. Looks like a pretty good blend though. If you guys are like me, you have one of these little cheap seeders. I'd ordered a little bit better one. Hasn't come in yet, but most of you guys, this is what you have to use, so we're going to use the same thing. As far as I'm concerned, these things are junk. But if you're doing some smaller food plots and stuff, you can get by with it. But if you do very much planting with it, the little plastic gears just wear off really fast. But that's what we got to use today. Like I said, you got to go with what you got, and this is what we have. But, we got all the disking done. I didn't get it as good as I wanted. We pretty well baked all the dirt sods. If you see them through here, they're all brown baked. It's been 80 and 88 degrees every day, hot, no rain, and these roots are cooked. So we were going to give it one more day. It wasn't supposed to start raining till Saturday evening. Well, get up this morning and they change it. It's I think like 60-some% of scattered thunderstorms, and we done seen a few roll across here, and it might miss us, but we can't take a chance. We got to get it seeded. Then we'll, like I said, we'll come in later, put some lime fertilizer down on it. But this field ought to be pretty good at nitrogen and stuff. We've plowed over the years a lot of nutrients down in this soil. We've turned a lot of organic matter into the soil, and it's been setting since 2018. We didn't get to plant it in 19 due to, you know, what went on in 19, 20, and we ain't gonna say anything, but it's set for a while, so really it had time to break everything down, so there ought to be a lot of nitrogen in the soil. We've had this planted for years in clover, so. But enough talking, we better get to work before this rain catches us. But I'm going to show you this blend. If you can see it, it's a little mixture, a little bit of everything in there. Looks really good. First time we've ever tried it, so we're going to give it our honest opinion when it comes up and how the deer like it, and we'll monitor that, and we'll tell you guys how it works. If it works, it does. If it don't, we'll tell you. So stick with us as we get this thing going, and we're going to get to seeding. Give you a shot at it. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty good looking little blend there. We're going to start up here on the top today. We're going to have to, I guess we're going to have to go with the wind, because these small seeds is really going to carry, so we're going to have to watch how we do this down. I don't like planting in the seeds in the wind, because it blows in places you don't want to go. But we're going to start up here on zigzag backwards and forwards, and get us some kind of path going here. But the wind's really picking up now. We're going to get started here. Like I said earlier, this spreader's a piece of junk. Barely will. I got it open as wide as it'll go. It'll barely throw out these seeds, so it's gonna take me a while, but we'll get with it. I know what you guys that's used these seeds before, you know what I'm talking about. But first part of it I had to hand, so most of it out of it. But whatever it takes, we're gonna get her done. Yeah, let's go for another one. All right, we just barely made it in. There's where we were planting, the boneyard. This was finishing up like about, I'd say about 3-4 pounds, putting 100 pounds of corn, 100 pounds of seed down. And it's a blue blazing coming down. But that is a good thing. But we did get rained out. Just barely made it out. So let's see what this does if it goes through. Try to get out and plant the rest of it. If not, we'll holler at you later. Woo! All right, we're out here today doing a follow-up video. This is about the middle of October now. You can see the food plot come in really good. It went through an extreme drought. I don't see how anything even growed. It went through, the day we planted it, we got a huge rainfall, but then it went for like 5 weeks after that without any rain. It germinated the seeds, really stressed them out, but they pulled out of it. So, but this is the Country Boy seed food plot. You can see everything looks pretty good. It's just amazing about how good it did come in after the drought that we had. But just wanted to show you how it did. Very surprised that it developed into anything. Kind of walk over here a little bit and see. But it looks really good. I can say I can recommend this seed for what it went through. Most of the food plots that we planted, they all died. So we had a couple frosty nights a couple nights ago, and you can see here it already hit the buckwheat, but it looks pretty good. But just wanted to do a little recap and let you see how everything done. I see the peas in here, clover, it all done really good. So like I said, we planted in August. Let's see, maybe in September, can't remember now. I believe it was August. But like I said, then we went through an extreme drought after we planted this, and it baked it for days. And how it pulled through, I just don't have any idea. But we wanted to give you a recap, show you that it did, and all right, just wanted to bring you back and show you Winston. There's Winston. He's out here checking everything out. It's Winston approved. Tell him, Winston. So it's Winston approved, ain't it, buddy? All right, everyone. Thank you.